All right, everyone. It's very ironic to use the term clown world in regards to a movie that's, I guess, about a clown. It's the Joker. I know very little about the synopsis of the movie because let me tell you, I don't give a shit about like the Marvel DC stuff. I don't care about the Avengers, Batman, Superman, Catwoman, Sea Anemone Man. I don't care about any of these characters because to me it's a little bit like a soap opera. And I'm not interested in that sort of fake reality to fill the void sort of stuff. And so when I saw people talking about this movie, like early on, I guess they were worried it was going to be like, I don't know, alt-right propaganda or something. And then it was actually like some people think it's leftist propaganda. And the confusion ended with this. And this is when I sort of clocked out and stopped even bothering to look at stuff that I was seeing posted about it. I looked at CNN's material because CNN is of course very trustworthy. Very can't even. I'm sorry, I can't say that with a straight face. Very above board, astute, and solemn. They care a great deal about journalistic integrity. They made multiple posts in a few hours period on the topic. One of them was talking about how the movie was evil because it was a symbol of Trump's America, and it was this kind of material has been enabled by Trump's hatred and bigotry, this white male going on a rampage stuff. Another was like, well, this shows the venom of white supremacy, and it's a wonderful movie because it exposes the degenerated fabric from which it is woven, sort of stuff. Then another one was like a generic moral panic article about how it was going to cause violence. And I don't think there were any movie theater shootings. Weren't they doing like weird shit at movie theaters where they're like unaccompanied young males not allowed, sort of, partially ironic, I believe, in some cases, material. I also thought to myself, if you think that an entire class of individuals, young males incapable of getting a mate for like, I guess, sociopathy reasons or whatever, if you think that there's a group of people who's been maligned and pushed to the side by society to the point where they sort of dwell in darkness, I would think that making fun of them and openly mocking them at a movie premiere is like not a great thing to do. Not just even for pragmatic reasons, but it kind of makes you a bully. It's like, oh, look at this weirdo over here. Here, let's bully them constantly and then act surprised when shit hits the fan. They've done this before. Half of the time, like I think Columbine was predicated on this too. When there's some mass casualty event, that's part of it. Why do you think, by the way, when people are marginalized and pushed into the shadows, deprived especially of their right to express themselves, their ability to speak and to vent, to out steam, to obtain catharsis, what other thing do you think most pushes people towards religious extremism too? And we're talking about any form of extremism that leads to violence, especially in an organized capacity. A lot of those individuals are socially alienated. They've been socially alienated, and when they attempt to address the social alienation, it leads to more. It's a feedback mechanism. It's a poison. It really is. It's the toxicity of today's society. The clown world has nothing to do with, well, traditional values are being lost, honk honk. Okay, that's a funny meme. Clown world is the idea that the world right now, the way in which it operates is completely screwy. It doesn't really make sense. When you address the fact that it doesn't make sense, other people act bemused. They act like you're the odd one when you're making a statement about the world around you. The way in which the traffic lights work is wonky, and you point this out and other people start laughing. That's clown world, essentially. We live in a world where the answer to extremism supposedly is billionaires preventing people from actually having an open public discourse. That's weird. That's clown-like. It doesn't make any sense. It's not true. No sane, reasonable person should believe that, but yet everyone believes it anyway. So does this mean that everyone is insane and unreasonable and irrational? Unfortunately, probably does in many cases. Does it mean that the average person is just totally irrational and just totally closed off to reality? Yes, essentially. That's clown world. So that's my reaction to that. As far as the movie, I'm not going to watch it. I don't care about its political message. I have never cared about political messages in movies. Like, a lot of people think like Avatar is like far left. Oh, it's environmentalist, hippie, trippy nonsense. I liked it. If only for at the time at least, good effects. Yeah, I thought it was pretty entertaining. The action sequences were pretty well made, especially the aerial component. Yeah, or like Fern Gully. Fern Gully is about as, or Captain Planet. Give you an example here. As somebody who supposedly I'm far right, which isn't the case, I'm a libertarian, but whatever. As somebody who doesn't support like, postmodernist leftism and stuff, one of my favorite shows as a kid was Captain Planet, and I believe that the creator literally openly came out later and said, yeah, it was basically, environmentalist propaganda. We wanted to get people recycling and stuff. Who cares? It was a good show. Who fucking gives a shit? As far as Joker, who cares if it's left-wing, right-wing, whatever. If you think that it's a good movie based on its entirely fictional characteristics, there you go, it's a good movie. If not, well, then fucking shut up about it and don't watch it. As far as people saying that it's going to cause violence, though, people have been saying that about movies, TV, video games, the internet, YouTube, certainly now. Everything causes violence. Anything that we don't personally capitalize upon efficiently is violence. So the lame stream is always the last one to the party, and then basically shits all over the table, ruining everyone else's day. That's what the corporate media complex always does, all the Holts of the world. It's funny to see him weighing in on the issue. No, it's not going to cause violence. And if there's violence at a Joker movie screening or something, it won't be the fault of the movie. It'll be the fault of the individual doing violent things. And secondly to that, often, society or the people surrounding them, keeping them from achieving catharsis. It's important. It's important for people to be able to talk about their problems. So why is it that there are entire classes within society that are not allowed to do this? Well, no shit. Sometimes they snap. I wonder why. Oh, you've got no friends. Ha ha ha. It's so funny. You can't get laid. And then you bully somebody for years and years. What the fuck do you think that does to their brain? It melts it. I'm sure for those of us on the outside looking in, it's harder to understand. But there are people that are, fucked over by society. It's the same as like poverty debate. People on the right especially. Sometimes they blame people who are poor. But in some cases, you don't know what it's like. And it can cause problems. That perpetual poverty that some people are in intergenerationally can change a person's mindset, make them feel like they're worth less than other people. And I'm getting off onto a bit of a meandering tangent here. The basic point is this. Clown World is very much real when we're talking about this. The coverage, the corporate media's coverage of the movie, acting as though it is both highly virtuous, it exposes the evils of the alt-right, the incel crowd, and very bad, it's a sign of Trump's racially supremacist, nativistic rhetoric. That's the only reason this movie's being made. And it's going to cause violence, but at the same time, it's laughable, and it's, haha, look at all of these losers. Haha, this clown is basically a virgin loser who kills people because he's frustrated. That's Clown World. It makes no sense. One news organization, we're not talking Fox says it's good, CNN says it's bad, MSNBC says it causes violence, NBC says it prevents violence, the Ebert gives it 5,000 stars and this person thinks it sucks. One news organization, one single corporation has all of these different opinions at the same time. How can I not call that screwy? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That's about all. Peace out.